All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've been waiting for this trailer for a long time, ever since they announced this bloody show. The Mandalorian. Here we go. Ooh, bloody. Okay. So Death Troopers? Is that IG-88? Whoa.
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
Frozen in carbonite.
Don't you agree?
Damn. Disney Plus. All right, I wanna go back through some shots here before we get this going here. So this has got to be Tatooine, and the teaser that they showed earlier today with the poster also looks like Tatooine. You got Santa crawlers, you got moisture evaporators. This looks very Tatooine-esque, the way the buildings are. Yeah, I'll try and do a little bit of a shot-by-shot here. This is a minute 35, by the way. I was trying to figure out what planet this is. Are there any... Man, it's just like all force and water. It's like, I don't know if this could be the Forest Moon Endor, or... I was kind of hoping Naboo, but it's hard to say. This shot... Really hard to say where this is. It's probably going to be somewhere that we've never seen before. Although there are elements of Tatooine that kind of stick out, or even Jakku, or not Jakku, but I'm trying to remember the name of the planet in Rogue One, the one that got. Well, that was the Holy City. The city got destroyed. But not the whole rest of the planet. But again, kind of that same vibe a little bit. Kind of roll through this. He's like strolling into town. Yeah, Jeddah. Well, that was... Yeah, Jeddah, yeah. Another shot. So this appears to be his ship, which is pretty cool. Get a close look. So... Here, looks like he's landed on that forest planet that we saw in that earlier shot. Now, these creatures we've seen before, I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head, but in Star Wars Rebels, as an example, they rode them all the time. I don't know if anybody in chat knows what these creatures are called off the top of your head. Got a Twi'lek here. So far, everything looks really nice. The production looks really high. For those who haven't heard, they've actually said that the per episode budget on Mandalorian is actually higher than Game of Thrones. And most people considered Game of Thrones to be, like, insane when it comes to the budget. So, yeah, here's a look at what appears to be the Death Troopers. Again, we saw them in Rogue One. Looks like the same design, except for different weapons. Again, we don't know who these guys are. This guy appears to be an Imperial of some description. So are the Imperials kind of taking on the Mandalorians here, or what's going on? So here's a night shot. Guy coming up on a swoop. This looks like an ATST that's pretty worn. And again, it looks like the Imperials are potentially attacking this town. And here he comes strolling in with what appears to be IG-88. First introduced IG-88 in Empire Strikes Back. A little bit of dogfighting here. This ship over here, again, is a Mandalorian ship that we saw in Rebels. It has a very, very similar configuration. This ship here, again, which appears to be his ship, I don't think we've seen that design before. At least not to my knowledge. It's really cool to see IG-88 actually doing some action for a change. Some great shots. I like this rope. It's kind of like what Fett tried to do to Luke, except for Fett did it like this kind of, and the rope just kind of looped around him. But this is actually like a grab and pull, which is pretty cool. Actually, he shoots the door and collapses the guy in the door. You see the door actually folds. I wonder if he's gonna get cut in half. Talk about taking Star Wars to a rated R. Actually, there's multiple carbonite. If we back this up here and pause it. Didn't catch it the first time, but there's, looks like 4 people frozen in carbonite there. That's pretty good. Could just stopping and looking at this guy. Look, this guy's got a medal on. It kind of looks like an Imperial symbol. It's kind of hard to tell. But it definitely looks like he's wearing a medal around his neck. Yeah, this thing's actually launching with Disney Plus. All right, let's go ahead and watch it one more time. Something I just thought of here real quick, and chat, help me out with this if I'm wrong. But I believe they've confirmed that this does take place after Episode 6. If we are looking at Tatooine in this scene here, if I back it up here, we know that Tatooine is controlled by the Hutts. Now that the Empire has severely taken damage at this point, I wonder if the Hutts are attempting to take complete control of Tatooine and surrounding systems back and get rid of all the Empire. And so that is what they're proving here, is the Empire is no longer, you know, allowed here or whatever. And they're, you know, the head on the pike kind of thing. That's kind of what I get from that.
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Don't you agree?
All right, let's stop it right there. Very, very cool stuff. One other thing I wanted to point out, and this is something that most of you probably already know. Let me see if I can even find a shot. Because it was only briefly shown, but it's been shown in a lot of the promo material. And the thing I want to find is his rifle. There was one good shot of it. If I can find the... Yeah, okay, well, you can see the rifle butt, but that's actually not the interesting part. It's actually the front end of the rifle that's interesting. Actually, I was just noticing his guns. We're going to see how good my Star Wars gun knowledge is. I believe this is an EE3 blaster rifle, and this other one I can't quite see. If I back up here for a second. The shot's moving too quick. The second one is definitely... Iowa Rifleman says it's an E11 and a DLT-20. I think you might be right on the E11. The DLT-20 looks kind of small. I thought DLT-20s had a bigger barrel. Oh, that's a nice little scout blaster. It's the angle? Okay. Oh, actually, there's a shot, maybe. I don't know if I can... He pulls it off his back. It's such a quick shot. It actually skips. He also has a pistol. His pistol's super small. Okay, actually, here you can see the end of the rifle right here. Okay, so the story with this is, if you haven't heard it, back in the day, they had a cartoon that was part of the Christmas special, where you had Fett riding old Nessie. And that is actually the origin of this rifle. So this is actually the first time we're going to see this type of rifle on the big screen, so to speak. Well, small screen, but you know what I'm saying. The lightning cannon. Yeah, so many of these weapons are from Galaxies, and I crafted them over and over and over again in Galaxies, and I'm just like, remember, it's like, okay, what gun was that again? Was that the lightning? You know. It's like, I recognize, like, all the models from Galaxies. But you can't bloody remember what half of them are called. His pistols are, like, really, really small, though. Pretty cool stuff. I don't know, any other, thoughts in chat? Everybody like it? Good stuff? What do you think? For those who are watching this on YouTube, I was actually streaming this on Twitch. That's why I'm asking chat. But I've got pretty good faith in the crew that's doing this particular series. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Yeah, Dave Filoni in particular, I have liked everything he's ever done. Clone Wars was good. Rebels was good. And, you know, there are some out there who would say we would not have the MCU without these guys. So, yeah. Cool stuff. Yeah, for those who don't know, Jon Favreau, he directed Iron Man 1. In the MCU, he actually plays Happy Hogan So he's been in, a bunch of the movies. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. But yeah, for those watching on YouTube, thank you all so much for watching. It looks awesome. But of course, I'd love to hear what you have to say, so please leave a comment down below this video. Everybody keep playing, have fun, and we'll see you next time.